¿Qué tiene?
Ya empezó a grabar.
Sí, está grabando.
Okay, let's start. Okay, cordial greetings, tutor and classmates. I hope you are fine this night. And in this session, we are going to present the poster we created the last activity for the course Foreign Languages and Acquisition. And now we are going to start showing you every part of this poster, okay? I am here with my classmates, Maylin Jaime, Aileen Ramirez, and dear lady, I forgot your last name, dear lady Botero. Botelo, sorry. Okay, let's start with this poster. Introduction. Little interaction among students and lack of confidence when speaking in English. It arose during a virtual class where the students participated likely due to the insecurity with the language, fear, or embarrassment. The teacher in charge conducted various activities in question and few students were encouraged to participate. Now let's present the first activity for my partner, Mailing Jaime.
Thank you, Ricardo. Activity number 1. The name is Interact with us in English without fear of making mistakes. The objective for this activity is to incorporate activity student and participation with an interactive game in English to improve confidence as collaborative practice and experience communication in English with several students. The activity consists of an interactive online game where students will find a series of questions in English about how we should behave in a virtual classroom. The goal is for students to understand and experience how to overcome their fear of practicing in class. This activity will be carried out through a Teams meeting, streaming the game so that everyone can practice at the same time, where the teacher guides and the students respond. This helps to simulate student participation and motivation to overcome shyness, increase confidence, and improve English communication skills. The recommended resources for this activity are Teams generally for interacting with other participants and the teacher. For individual practice, it is advisable to use AI as guide with which you can talk about audio or text and simulate classes with good trusted friends. Let's begin with my classmate, Ricardo.
Okay, thank you, Mailing. Now, I'm going to present you the activity number 2, which is speak with confidence in a small group. Speak with confidence in a small group helps students feel more confident in speaking in English with software and simple tools. Students form a small group of 4 to 5 and receive a short situation in English using support cards and feedback from the teacher. Google, Jamboard, Canva, Vocalo, Peer, and other websites and platforms support an scenario based of oral expression. Now, my partner Mailing is going to present the activity number 3.
Then, activity number 3. Improve your reading, speaking, and pronunciation with interactive readings. The objective of this activity is to create an interactive dialogue through an automatic text with that indicate roles and improve speaking, listening, and pronunciation. The idea of this activity is to reproduce an atomic interactive text in English in which the roles of teacher and student are shared within a virtual classroom. The script should be read following the lines of text in order corresponding to the color assigned to the teacher and student. This helps students break down the barrier of speaking English, feel confident with the group, and above all, maintain participation within the group. It also reinforces their speaking and listening skills while practicing pronunciation. The recommended digital resources for improving English according to this activity are TikTok, YouTube, and CapCut for creating content, which can be used to practice this interactive reading method with automatic movement. Let's begin with my classmate, Heidi.
Hi there, colleagues and tutor. Thank you, May. Okay, the name of my activity for is acting and improving. The objective of this activity is to improve students' pronunciation, okay? Increasing their confidence and participation when speaking English in the educational setting. Description. The student will participate in a role-playing game where they will simulate a real-life situation. Small groups of 4 or 5 students will be formed. Each group will have a card with a basic scenario. For example, in the library, each student will assume a role according to their assigned location. Okay, in this way, a student will be able to interact in English, fostering classroom interaction and increasing their confidence in speaking English. And finally, for this activity, I will use the scaffolding strategy and providing each group with a column of useful phrases or key vocabulary related to the assigned task. Sorry. Thank you.
Thank you, Heidi. And now the last activity, number 5, presented by the Lady Jose.
Hello, everyone. This activity fund creative report. This activity was designed to help students improve creative teamwork and communication in this that students present to the report and their classmates as different professionals or celebrities. Each student receives a small note card with an emotion and a tune. With this information, a student must practice a short, spontaneous dialogue. They need to reflect their roles, take to speaking, and express the emotion correctly. This helps them practice real communication in English, using emotions and relations in a natural way. To support the activity, we used the digital tool called before starting the role play. Students complete a vocabulary kit about emotions and profession. This helped them remember important words like happy, angry, sad, and also roles like doctor, actor, engineer, and reporter. Code makes the activity more interactive and prepares students to participate with more confidence. In general, this activity promotes creativity and meaningful communication, which are essential for language learning. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Now, let's move back to my partner, Hailey, who is going to present us the assessment plan.
Yes, thank you, Ricardo. And methods. I will be assisted in a formative manner by evaluating each student to determine if they were able to overcome their fear and mistrust and be turning on the microphone and speaking smoothly with the group in English. Thank you.
Thank you, Hailey. And now I'm going to present you the implementation plan. Timeline. These procedures will be carried out when some students show difficulties due to a lack of confidence in speaking in class, when there is little participation, or when they feel afraid to speak or interact with their class. That is twice a week. Now let's present the conclusion by our partner, the ladies today.
Dear ladies,
The ladies, are you there? Mr. Haji?
Continue,
Okay.
please.
Okay. It looks like she has
Ladies,
technical issues, so I'm going to present you the last part, the conclusion. Okay, conclusion. What makes this project innovative is primarily the integration of technology into the educational environment. This not only facilitates the learning process, but also reduces emotional barriers. The use of tools like Padlet or generally allows for immediate student participation, enabling them to develop critical thinking and autonomy in the class. Okay, guys, this was our poster to create the last activity and showing you the activities that we did during this course. Now we are going to answer some questions from the guidelines. Hold on, guys, and let me share you the question. Okay, can you can you see the screen? ¿Pueden ver la pantalla?
yes, I can.
yes.
Okay, okay. Um, hold on. Okay, okay. Guiding question. The first question is, what was the most valuable experience from your teaching practice? Mailing?
Thank you, Ricardo. The most valuable experience of my teaching practice is being able to identify these dynamic features within a class, as it helps me understand the environment in terms of the attitudes and behaviors of the teachers and students. I can also learn research skills which help me to get better ideas. Let's continue.
Okay, thank you, Mailing, for your answer. Now, Hailin, what was the most valuable experience from your teaching practice?
Okay, thanks, Ricardo. Okay, the most valuable experience is being able to interacting with future educators, who share their ideas and knowledge, contributing to the pursuit and integration of quality, engaging learning that also allow for innovation in the classroom. Thank you.
Thank you, Hailin. Now, ladies, what was the most valuable experience from your teaching practice?
The most valuable experience from my teaching practice was learning how to connect better with students through meaningful activities. I realized that when I use simple and engaging tasks, the students participate more and feel more confident. This helped me understand the importance of creating a positive learning environment where students feel support. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ladies. And for me, the most valuable experience from my teaching practice, I think, was the idea of making, of create different activities for the students. Also, the simulator was a valuable experience because uh, I had to immerse in a really tough situation, and I had to answer some difficult questions, some difficult problems that we are gonna see as a future teacher. So, yeah, I learned a lot of things during this course, of course. Okay, let's continue with the question number two. Okay, the question number two is, how did your view of language acquisition evolve during the course? Mailing?
Thank you. My progress in acquiring the language made me reflect on what it would be like to be a language teacher in the future in terms of knowing how to implement method, activities, resources, skills, and attitudes to teach a class. It has given me more knowledge about teaching practice.
Okay, thank you, Mailing. And now let's continue with Eileen. Okay, Eileen, how did your view of language acquisition evolve during the course?
Okay, thanks, Ricardo. I felt that at first I didn't give much importance to language acquisition, but during the course, I explored different perspectives, activities, and pedagogical strategies that I can be used to improve the quality of English learning, and my point of view changed as motivation and social interaction are fundamental when it comes to acquiring a second language. Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen. And now, dear lady, how did your view of language acquisition evolve during the course?
During the course, my view of language acquisition changed a lot. At the beginning, I thought learning a language was only about grammar and vocabulary, but now I understand that cultural and emotional factors also influence how the student learns. I learned that motivation, interaction, and meaningful communication play a big role in language. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, for your participation. Okay, for me, I had a different view of what language acquisition was because and I thought that mm, I didn't have to do like I did during the course to create new activities, uh, to investigate a lot about the problems that the students can have during the classes. And so, and during the course, I learned a lot about how can I solve different problems and how can I be a different teacher creating new gamification activities for my future students. So I really like it and I love it a lot. And now let's continue with the question. Which activity from the Agora poster inspired inspire you most and why? Maybe.
And Ricardo, the activity that inspired me the most was activity number one, karaoke from group two, because students learn English through music and karaoke also develops skills such as reading the lyrics while singing, learning new vocabulary, pronunciation, and comprehension through listening. It is also a very motivating method because you have fun and learn at the same time. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. And now, Eileen, how did, sorry, which activity from the Agora posters inspired you most and why?
Okay, the activity that inspired me the most was connecting sounds because throughout sound and activities that involve the ability to learn, be listening, you develop the great skills and improving pronunciation and it allows learning to be fun and enjoying. Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen. And your lady, which activity from the Agora posters inspired you most and why?
The activity that inspired me the most is the activity one, Warren Kids. This activity caught my attention because it helps students identify their listening traits from the very beginning and encourages metacognitive. I like that learning listen to share audio clips and immediately receive feedback. This made the listen process more dynamic, less stressful, and more meaningful. Thank you.
Thank you, lady. And yeah, me. Honestly, I don't have one poster that I love because I don't know if my partner can share with me, but for me, all of those posters was amazing. I remember one of the posters that presented us like dancing or singing, some activities and that I really love to someday do with my future students. And yeah, I can say honestly one poster. I really enjoyed all those posters from my college. And the last question. What do you take away from the Agora event as a future teacher? Mainly,
Thank you, Ricardo. And as future teachers, the Agora fosters these constructive environments with students and teachers where everyone interacts by sharing what they have learning in the course through a presentation. This is where our role as teachers comes in, which is to convey ideas, guidance, presentation, and interaction among all participants, based on trust and good communication. Thank you.
thank you, May. Now let's move with Eileen. What do you take away from the Agora event as a future teacher?
Okay, then Ricardo, mainly the great interaction at the event, the importance of sharing ideas that foster and improve the quality of learning, and pedagogical innovation, the focus on student-centered learning, and the diversity of playful and pedagogical strategies that can be adapted to meet students' needs. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Eileen. And now the last question for your lady. What do you take away from the Agora event as a future teacher?
As a future teacher, the main lesson I take from the Agora band is the importance of collaboration and sharing ideas with others. Listening to different expressions help my understand that every teacher faces challenges, but we can learn from each other. I was learning that reflection is essential for improving our teaching practice. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Well, for me, I can say that there's good and bad things that I can get from the Agora event as a future teacher because, for example, there was a limit and a lot of students couldn't join to the Agora event. But that's not a problem for the moderators. That's another thing. But as a future teacher, I can say that this event where the students can share ideas, can share valuable activities from their for their process. Uh, those things that make me feel that I can continue uh, practicing the language, obviously, and I can continue learning a lot from many people of the world, especially my classmates, and they gave me valuable activities that I'm going to consider in the future for my future students also as a teacher. So, guys, this is this was our poster and answer the questions. I hope you enjoy this video a lot as we did. I hope you enjoy our poster and our answers. And I want to say, let me stop sharing my screen. Okay. I want to say thank you for my partners to be here 11:30 at night. But yeah, we do this with love for our tutors especially. Guys, do you want to say something? ¿Quieren decir algo? No. It's too late. Es muy tarde ya, ¿verdad? But yeah, thank you. Thank you. And I also would like to say thank you because I enjoy a lot this course with you guys. Your ladies join us too late in the last activity, but I really appreciate her participation. So yeah, this is the end of the course, of the activity, of the video, and of the course, obviously. Thank you all of you, and bye bye.
Bye, thank you.
You for your
Bye-bye. Thank you.
And all of this video. Ya se fue todo el mundo, entonces nos vamos.
Pero yo veo que se está como grabando todavía.
¿Será que dejó de grabar?